I'm here because of an online date. 5 years ago, in 2018, I went on a first date. This was back when I was just about to graduate university with my business and computer science degrees, and my parents, like many parents, wanted me to get a secure, regular office job. Now, I had many interviews, and I didn't want to pursue any of these jobs. And though I knew that I did want to contribute to society, I didn't like the morning office commute, I didn't like cubicles, I didn't like the how was your weekend corporate small talk, and I love to travel. Anyhow, this was the last thing on my mind that night of the first date. It was summer, there was a light breeze, and this was the first guy that actually looked like his online dating photos. And that wasn't even the best thing about him. That day, he had just gotten a new job working as a software engineer that paid really well, and best of all, allowed him to work from anywhere in the world. No office. That's when I first realized that work from anywhere was a real possibility. And mind you, this was in 2018, when that type of thing was very rare. But once I realized that this was possible, I got inspired and I got my first remote job 2 months later. Fast forward to today, the online date didn't stick around, but the lifestyle did. I've been traveling nonstop for the last 6 years. I've been to over 55 countries and 300 cities and counting. And even though I do have a home base, I'm what people call a digital nomad, a person that leverages technology to work remotely and live nomadically. And I can say that I was doing this before it was cool, because from 2019 to 2021 alone, the number of American digital nomads increased by nearly 50%. And there's two reasons for this shift. First, AI, which automated a lot of tasks and allowed people more time to do things like travel, and it allowed teams to communicate and work globally together without the restrictions of a physical location. Second, even bigger reason is the pandemic, which led to a huge rise in remote work, and people realizing they don't really need to work from an office or even from their own homes. In fact, due to the pandemic, I got stuck in Europe, and I liked it so much that I decided to move there, or here, rather. And that was possible because remote work had become the norm. In 2020, I worked at Google, which had also become fully remote due to the pandemic, and I spent 2 amazing years at Google without ever having to work from an office, something I never thought was possible at a big tech company. And during the pandemic, while I was stuck in Europe in a very small city, I was working remotely, living my life, my best life, going to the beach and meditating every day. And I also started doing the 100 Days of Code challenge and posting it on social media, mainly because I wanted to stay accountable for coding outside of work, but also because I didn't have any friends in the small place where I got stuck. But that's how I made 250,000 internet friends, and that's why 3 years later, the WestVisions organizers found me online and invited me here to speak today. So, pretty cool chain of events, I would say. And I still love sharing my travel adventures, and if you want to join a community of digital nomads and travel enthusiasts, tech enthusiasts, then these are my socials. And last year, I quit my job as a Google software engineer and joined a startup, and now have even more freedom to work from wherever and whenever I choose. So after this mini trip to Germany, I'm going on a digital nomad cruise from Spain to Brazil for whoever wants to join. And Delia from 5 years ago would have never thought that this life was a possibility. And it turns out I just needed someone to tell me that living my dream of working from anywhere is a real possibility. So I hope that today I'm able to tell you that your dreams are possible as well. Not work from anywhere, because the digital nomad lifestyle really isn't for everyone, but whatever your dreams might be, whether it's writing an ebook or learning a new skill or finding love, AI and technology makes that easier than ever. The internet and AI are revolutionizing everything, and this is the most abundant time in human history where everything is becoming possible. We live in a time where it's never been easier to work from anywhere or pursue any of your dreams, whatever your dreams might be. And if your dream might be to travel and work from anywhere, then that's possible today. Even after COVID-19 has faded away, remote work is now more common than ever. As of 2023, 27% of US employees now work remotely. And globally, 16% of companies are now fully remote. The company that I work for now doesn't even have an office. I've never met any of my coworkers in real life. They're all scattered across the globe and no less productive for it. I've actually been more productive at this job than any of my office jobs. But don't think that working remotely is all fun and no sacrifice. I was probably the only person at Burning Man this year to bring my laptop. And you might have heard about how it got flooded, but thankfully my laptop survived. It's been through so much with me. It's taken meetings in Vietnam at 3 a.m. It's gotten people hired at Google despite having to jump off a boat in Venice to interview them. It's taken meetings in the south of Spain and tuk-tuks in Thailand and some of the strangest locations imaginable. So I'm very grateful for VPN and for the fact that Google Calendar has a time zone feature. So obviously it takes some getting used to and a lot of discipline to work remotely. But this has become easier than ever because of new tech and tools, especially AI. With AI now more than ever, we all have access to this amazing productivity tool that allows us to work and play much better than any generation before us. People wonder how I work full-time yet have managed to post on social media every day for the last 3 years. It's AI. People wonder how I go to a new country every few weeks, yet manage to stay productive and organized. It's AI. People wonder how I still get matches on my online dating profiles. It's AI. Okay, people don't actually ask that, but I have used AI to automate talking to all of my online dating profiles. So we have come full circle from the first story I told you. And you can do it too, even though technically it's against the guidelines of most of the dating apps. But point is, you should automate your life using AI. I actually used AI to write a lot of this speech. And at my startup, I use AI to write most of my code. As a digital nomad, I use AI for everything from travel planning to local recommendations. And for social media, I use AI to edit most of my videos. And I even wrote a custom script that bulk uploads all of my videos. And using Python and the ChatGPT API, I can auto-generate all of my captions and schedule all of the content to all my different platforms. Now, I'm not going to bore you with all of the different AI tools that I use every day, because there's tons of content that people make about which AI tools to use, and you can find most of this on my YouTube channel. But I'm sure that many of you have already tried and tested the AI tools. Can I get a show of hands of who's used ChatGPT? Nice. What about Google Bard? Wow, that's like a lot more than I expected. And what about Claude from Anthropic? Yes, nice. That's my favorite one right now. Good. Now, AI is the most important skill you can learn today. And I'm not saying that you should become an AI engineer. What I'm saying is that you should learn to use the current AI tools and learn how to prompt AI to get the results that you want. And you can take a prompt engineering course, or you can learn all of this online for free on sites like YouTube. But learning prompt engineering and becoming familiar with AI tools is so crucial in today's world. You have to become comfortable with AI. Become best friends with it. And now this might sound unusual coming from a software engineer, because a lot of software engineers are afraid that AI will replace them. But you won't be replaced by AI. You will be replaced by a human using AI. So your goal should be to be that human that knows how to leverage AI. Now, a lot of experts disagree on the timelines, but it's very likely that in 2 years, AI will become more intuitive, seamlessly integrating into our daily lives and tasks, doing things like writing emails and drafting legal documents. But in 5 years, AI will conduct sophisticated tasks that today require deep expertise, like medical diagnostics or financial analysis. And 10 years from now, AI will be our co-pilots in innovation, participating in creative processes like music composition or architectural design, maybe even building smart cities or even predicting the future. And actually, all of these 3 predictions were written by AI. There's so many humans predicting what's going to happen with AI, so I thought I should just ask artificial intelligence. And one of my favorite humans that are predicting the future of AI for decades is Ray Kurzweil, a Googler and famous futurist. And he's known for his bold and often surprisingly accurate predictions regarding technology and the future of humanity. When I started reading his books about AI 10 years ago, that's when I first realized that I want to work in tech and I want to be a part of this AI revolution. He predicts that by the late 2020s, we'll have reverse engineered the human brain, meaning that we'll understand precisely how the brain works and we'll be able to replicate these processes in AI systems. By the 2030s, humans will be able to connect their brains directly to cloud-based AI, augmenting our intelligence and abilities using artificial intelligence. And many humans will become software-based. Virtual reality will become the main platform for work, play, and communication, integrated into our daily lives with eyeglasses and contact lenses, and a lot of people are going to live a majority of their lives in VR. 3D printing will become so widespread that we'll be able to print anything from clothing to entire buildings. Oops. Drastically changing manufacturing and construction industries. and then you got a preview, we'll be able to reverse aging using AI and nanotechnology with medical treatments that will become personalized based on individual DNA. Next, death will become optional. We'll be able to have reached immortality through biotechnology, solutions that repair our DNA, and by eventually merging with AI, will allow our consciousness to live beyond our physical forms. Humans will begin to live on other planets beyond Earth, and by 2045, we'll have reached AGI, artificial general intelligence, and therefore have reached the singularity, the point where humans will merge with AI. And by the mid-21st century, the growth of AI will become uncontrollably rapid and profoundly transformational, resulting in a universe where biological limitations will be an archaic concept, of a universe where we no longer have the limitations of the physical world. And while I agree that many of these predictions are they raise profound philosophical questions on the meaning of everything, and they're overly optimistic and might be totally off, one thing is for sure. AI is evolving, and it's here to stay. And while it will replace a lot of the work we do now, it will also create a whole range of jobs that we can't even imagine yet. According to the World Economic Forum, AI is expected to replace 85 million jobs by 2025. And though that might sound scary, it's also expected to create 97 million new jobs in that same time frame. Imagine professions like virtual reality journey builders, AI ethicists, or even human technology integration specialists. These are not mere fantasies. They are real jobs that will exist. So, what does this all mean? It means we're on the cusp of a new era. Much like when the internet first burst onto the stage, it's a shift that will redefine our place in the world, how we interact with technology, and the essence of what it means to be human. AI will force us to dive deeper into the core of what makes us human and force us to find the spaces where we can really contribute unique creativity in a way that machines cannot. And there's three main ways that I believe you can prepare for this shift. First is be adaptable and open to change. Work on improving your cognitive adaptability, which means to be able to think through various scenarios and plan for different outcomes, and your emotional adaptability, to be able to connect with and accept others who work, think, and behave differently from you. Both of these skills, actually, you can gain while traveling, and both will be massively important as AI shapes future jobs. Next, get good at problem solving. If you think about it, AI will replace jobs where it excels more than humans at those specific problems. So naturally, your job should be to develop skills in areas where AI lacks, like creativity, compassion, empathy, anything involving human connection. I've personally gotten very good at problem solving because I cause myself so many problems, especially while traveling. But it's gotten me a really good skill set because of it. So it's okay. And thirdly, become comfortable with being uncomfortable. Push yourself outside of your comfort zone. And this goes hand in hand with problem solving and with becoming adaptable and open to change. Because you can't grow without new information or experiences. And the best way to gain that new data is by pushing yourself out of your routine, out of that comfort zone. And that'll not only allow you to learn from those new experiences, but also to embrace change. And all of these new experiences is you collecting data to become better. And AI is doing that every day, so you better be as well. And finally, it's my personal belief that the best way to not get replaced by AI, other than learning about it and learning how to leverage AI tools, is to focus on being human. Traveling, meeting people, indulging in the full human experience. AI won't be able to travel to Germany and meet a conference room full of really cool people in person like I can. And that's really fantastic. And even just getting here with the German transportation system was me doing a lot of problem solving and adapting to change. And I'm really pushing myself out of my comfort zone right now. So, actually, in August, I thought I should push myself out of my comfort zone by quite literally pushing myself off of a cliff, or rather a volcano in Hawaii, and going solo paragliding without ever having gone with an instructor before. And I went on 13 successful solo paragliding flights before having torn my ankle, torn a ligament. And 2 months ago, I also went to Burning Man by myself, only a month after my paragliding injury, to teach myself radical self-reliance. And I did, because I hiked 12 kilometers out of there by myself and then hitchhiked 3 times to get to civilization. And you could say that I make really bad life decisions, or these are the kinds of experiences that teach you invaluable life skills that I can't even explain and that AI will never be able to understand or replicate. The quote by which I lived my life since I was 14 is, "All you touch and all you see is all your life will ever be." Does anybody know who says this quote? Say it out loud if you know. There has to be one person that knows. Who? No, it's not ChatGPT. Oh my God. Okay, you. That would be so sad. Okay, thank you. Okay, but you're cheating. It doesn't count. Okay, well, it's Pink Floyd. And the reason it's so important to experience as much as we can is because we're actually very similar to AI. We all take in data sets, we learn from our experiences and the world around us, and we use that information to grow, to improve, and to give back. And the bigger our data sets, the more we can improve, and the more we can give back. And you might think it's easy for me to experience so much because I work remotely and I can go wherever, whenever I want. But it's not just me living this life. For the first time in history, it's a lot less important where you were born, what gender or what age you are. If you're good at an online skill that's marketable, the internet allows you to use that skill and make money to work on whatever projects you find fulfilling, usually from anywhere. And because of remote work and because of social media and remote work, I've had the opportunity to make friends with some of the coolest people working on the coolest things that I would have never met without the internet, especially some incredible women in tech. I've gone from being the only woman in my computer science and business double degree to meeting hundreds of women in tech all over the world. I've met Tiff in Tech, who makes amazing tech content and actually inspired me to get on social media. I've met Coding Nomad, who lives the same social media, coding digital nomad lifestyle as me. I've met Linda and Sundas and Victoria, all badass mothers of three that work in big tech, FANG companies, and have massive social media side hustles. And Anastasia, a quantum physics researcher who inspires women to pursue quantum physics. We went diving in Mexico, where we almost died and the instructor got fired, but that's a story for another time. And while we were diving, we were talking about the free diving record and how it relates to us inspiring women to pursue tech jobs and STEM field jobs. What I love about free diving, aside from it being extremely fun and relaxing, is that it shows the immense capacity of human potential through something called the Bannister effect. Has anyone heard of the Bannister effect? Wow, I guess it's not popular in Germany. Well, when Roger Bannister ran a mile in under 4 minutes, something that was once thought impossible, it wasn't just a record that was broken. It was a psychological barrier, opening doors for many others to follow suit. And same thing happened with the freediving record, because once one person shows that it's possible to dive 150 meters deep, dozens of people do it the next week. And this is such a powerful testament to how role models and representation push the boundaries of what we believe is achievable. When someone pushes these boundaries and dives deeper or runs faster or becomes a role model for somebody, it radiates a beacon of possibility, inviting others to venture beyond their known limits and break those psychological barriers. In reality, the realm of possibilities is infinite, and the future is unwritten. While AI will shape a lot of what's to come, we humans have a critical role to play in steering its direction. We must hold on to our humanity, that human essence at the core of who we are. Our compassion, our imagination, our creativity, and our curiosity. These gifts are what makes us human and what even the most advanced AI cannot replicate. So, if you take away anything from my talk today, let it be this. Learn about AI and become comfortable with AI, but make yourself uncomfortable in your own life. Step outside your comfort zone. Seek out new experiences, new connections, new perspectives. Immerse yourself in the adventure of being alive. Embracing discomfort and venturing out into the world is how we set ourselves apart from AI and how you will learn and grow and become a better human. So whether it's diving into the ocean's abyss, or soaring through the skies while paragliding, or even just having the regular courage to post on social media, the more we explore what it means to be human, the more we will thrive in an AI-powered world. And sure, AI will help us achieve great things, but it is our humanity that will give those achievements meaning. So, let's dream big and build a world where we work together with AI to reach new realms and create a future that reflects the boundless potential of humanity. A future where AI doesn't replace us, but rather allows us to become more fully ourselves. Thank you.